The alarm screamed through Unity Station's command center at 0400 hours. Maya Torres was already awake, staring at the data streaming across her console. The Xylari diplomatic vessel had dropped out of faster-than-light travel without warning, without protocol, without permission. It hung there in high orbit like a silver knife, reflecting Earth's dawn. "Ma'am, they're hailing us," Lieutenant Chen said, her voice tight. "Priority diplomatic channel. They're demanding immediate audience with you specifically." Maya's stomach twisted. The Xylari never demanded. They negotiated. They discussed. They considered. Demands meant something had changed. She touched the comm panel. "This is Council Leader Maya Torres. State your business." The view screen flickered. The face that appeared made the entire command center go silent. Matriarch Sev'kareth. Not an ambassador, not a delegate. The supreme leader of the Xylari collective herself, whose word could command fleets, whose decisions shaped the fates of billions. Her skin shimmered with the pale blue luminescence of her kind, and her three eyes fixed on Maya with an intensity that felt like physical pressure. "Council Leader Torres," Sev'kareth said, her voice carrying the harmonic undertones that made Xylari's speech sound like music and threat combined. "I come for what is mine. You harbor a child of Xylari blood. Her name is Kira. You will return her to me within 12 of your hours, or I will take her by force." Maya's heart hammered. She knew exactly who Sev'kareth meant. Kira Blake, 8 years old, the daughter of human engineer Owen Blake and Xylari scientist Villana, who had died in a research accident 3 years ago. The only human-Xylari hybrid ever born. The girl with her father's brown eyes and her mother's luminescent skin patterns that appeared when she was emotional. "Matriarch," Maya said carefully. "Kira is a citizen of Earth. Her father has legal custody. We cannot simply hand over a child." Sev'kareth's expression didn't change. "Custody is a human concept. Among my people, children belong to the maternal line. Villana was Xylari. Therefore, Kira is Xylari. My claim supersedes all human law." "Your claim isn't recognized by the Interstellar Council," Maya countered. "The Council is irrelevant." Sev'kareth leaned forward. "I did not come to negotiate. I came to inform you of reality. 12 hours, Council Leader. Then I will act." The screen went dark. Maya was moving before the connection even fully severed. "Get me Owen Blake, now. And scramble a security detail to his location. Chen, I want a full tactical analysis of that ship. How many more vessels did she bring?" "Ma'am, long-range sensors are picking up additional signatures. She didn't come alone. We're counting at least 8 Xylari warships holding position beyond lunar orbit. 8 warships. Enough firepower to crack Earth's orbital defenses like glass." Maya's mind raced. This wasn't a diplomatic mission. This was an ultimatum backed by overwhelming force. Her comm chirped. Owen Blake's face appeared, haggard with fear. "Maya, please tell me this isn't what I think it is." "I'm sending security to you right now," Maya said. "Pack essentials. You and Kira are being moved to a secure facility immediately." "She can't have her," Owen said, his voice breaking. "Maya, she can't. Kira is my daughter. Villana made me promise. She made me promise that if anything happened to her, I'd protect Kira from this exact situation." "What are you talking about?" Owen glanced off screen, where Maya could hear a child's voice asking questions. "Not now, sweetheart. Daddy needs a minute." He looked back at Maya. Villana knew. Before she died, she told me the matriarchy would come for Kira someday. She said they've been trying to create human-Xylari hybrids for decades. Every other attempt failed. Kira is the only one who survived. The pieces clicked into place with horrible clarity. They need her. They need her genetic material. They need to study her, replicate whatever made her viable. Villana said the Xylari species is dying. Their birth rates have been declining for generations. They think hybridization is their only hope. Owen's hands clenched. But Villana didn't want that life for Kira. She didn't want her daughter to be a lab specimen, a political tool. She wanted her to choose her own path. "Then we'll make sure she gets that choice," Maya said, with more confidence than she felt. Security will be there in 5 minutes. Sit tight. She cut the connection and turned to her tactical officer. Marcus, how long can our orbital defenses hold against 8 Xylari warships? Marcus Lee didn't hesitate. In a straight fight, 40 minutes. Maybe an hour if we're lucky and they're holding back. They'll be holding back, Maya said. Sev'kareth doesn't want to destroy Earth. She wants the girl alive. That's our only advantage. Ma'am, with respect, that's not much of an advantage. Maya allowed herself a grim smile. Then we'd better get creative. 6 hours later, Maya stood in Conference Room 7, the most secure location in Unity Station. Owen sat at the table, his arm around Kira, who watched Maya with eyes that seemed far too old for an 8-year-old. The girl's skin showed faint traces of bioluminescence along her arms, the Xylari patterns responding to her stress. "Hi, Miss Torres," Kira said quietly. "Hi, Kira." Maya sat down across from them. "I need to ask you something important, and I need you to be completely honest with me." "Can you do that?" Kira nodded. "Do you want to go with the Matriarch? To live with the Xylari people?" "No." The answer was immediate and firm. "I want to stay with my dad." "Even if it means the Xylari might be angry? Even if it causes problems?" Kira's hand found her father's. "My mom told me stories before she died. She said the Xylari are beautiful and smart and strong. But she said they forgot how to let people choose. She said that's why she stayed on Earth. Because Dad let her be whoever she wanted to be." Owen's eyes were bright with unshed tears. "She said if anyone ever tried to take me away, I should remember that love means letting someone choose," Kira continued. "And I choose my dad." Maya felt something fierce and protective rise in her chest. This child, this beautiful hybrid child with her mixed heritage and clear eyes, deserved better than to be a pawn in someone else's game, even if that someone was the leader of an interstellar civilization. "Okay," Maya said. "Then we fight for your choice." Her comm buzzed. "Ma'am, the Matriarch is hailing again. She says the deadline has been moved up. She wants an answer in 1 hour." Maya's jaw tightened. "Tell her she'll have my answer in person. Prepare a shuttle. I'm going to her ship." "Maya, that's insane," Owen said. "She could take you hostage, use you as leverage." "She could," Maya agreed. "But she won't. The Xylari value honor above almost everything. If I come to her in good faith, she'll receive me the same way. And I need to look her in the eye when I tell her no." 40 minutes later, Maya stepped aboard the Xylari flagship. The interior was like walking through a cathedral made of light and crystal. Xylari crew members moved silently through corridors that seemed to shift and flow, their bioluminescent skin creating patterns of communication Maya couldn't fully read. Sev'kareth waited in a chamber that looked part throne room, part garden. Living plants that Maya didn't recognize grew in impossible patterns up the walls, glowing softly. The Matriarch stood at the center, and Maya realized for the first time just how tall Xylari were. Sev'kareth towered over her by at least 2 feet. "Council Leader Torres," Sev'kareth said, "you are either very brave or very foolish to come here." "Maybe both," Maya said, "but I came to talk, face to face. There is nothing to discuss. My claim is absolute." "Your claim is based on laws that don't apply to a child who's never set foot on a Xylari world," Maya countered. "Kira was born on Earth. She's been raised on Earth. She speaks English as her first language. She's human as much as she's Xylari. Her genetic structure says otherwise." Sev'kareth moved to a display panel. Holographic images bloomed in the air between them. DNA helixes, cellular structures, neurological maps. "Observe. Her cognitive patterns follow Xylari development. Her cellular regeneration is Xylari. Her telepathic potential is entirely Xylari. The human contribution is minimal." Maya studied the data, her heart sinking. She wasn't a geneticist, but even she could see that Kira's biology leaned heavily toward her Xylari heritage. Biology isn't destiny. In this case it is. Sev'kareth's 3 eyes fixed on Maya. "I will tell you what your engineer friend already knows. My people are dying. Our birth rate has fallen 90% in the last century. We've tried everything. Genetic manipulation, artificial gestation, medical intervention. Nothing works. We are facing extinction within 5 generations. And you think Kira is the answer? I know she is. She is proof that Xylari genetics can successfully merge with another species. If we can understand how, why, we can save our people. Every day she remains with you is another day my civilization edges closer to oblivion. There was real anguish in Sev'kareth's voice. Maya felt an unexpected sympathy. I understand what's at stake for you. But Kira is a child, not a cure. She has rights. She has feelings. She wants to stay with her father. She is young. She doesn't understand what she is, what she could become. Among my people, she would be honored, celebrated. She could be my heir. I am offering her a throne, Council Leader. What can your engineer offer that compares? Love, Maya said simply. Freely given. No conditions, no expectations. Just a father who wants his daughter to be happy. Sev'kareth's luminescence flickered, a sign of agitation. Love is not enough to save a species. Maybe not. But it's enough to raise a child. Maya stepped closer. I can't give you Kira, but I have a counter-proposal. Let us bring this to the Interstellar Council. A formal tribunal. Present your case, we'll present ours. Let neutral parties decide. And while we debate, my people continue to die. A few months won't make a difference to a problem that's been building for a century. Sev'kareth was silent for a long moment. Then she touched a control panel. The door behind Maya sealed shut with a sound like breaking glass. I had hoped you would be reasonable. Since you are not, I will take what I need. Alarm shot through Maya. You gave me 12 hours. I lied. Sev'kareth's expression was almost regretful. Forgive me, Council Leader. You seem a good person, but I cannot gamble my entire civilization on human concepts of fairness. Even now, my extraction team is moving on the facility where Owen Blake and the child are hiding. They will be in my custody within the hour. Maya's mind raced. This was a trap. She'd walked right into it. By coming here, she'd left Earth's command structure in chaos, perfect for a lightning strike operation. If you do this, you'll start a war. No, I will retrieve what is mine, and your people will realize they cannot stop me. There will be anger, but it will fade. Humans are resilient. You will move on. You don't know us very well if you think we'll just let you kidnap a child. It is not kidnapping. It is reclamation. Sev'kareth turned away. You will remain here as my guest until the operation is complete. I promise you will not be harmed. In time, you may even come to see the wisdom of this. Maya's hand moved to the emergency beacon hidden in her jacket. She pressed it 3 times. The signal would punch through any jamming, straight to Unity Station. She had maybe 2 minutes before Sev'kareth's people detected it. There's something you should know, Maya said. Owen isn't just an engineer. He's the engineer. He designed half of Earth's current defense grid, including the new shield protocols we've been testing. Sev'kareth glanced back. Shields are irrelevant. My team is already inside your facility. Then they're going to be very surprised. On Unity Station, Owen Blake's fingers flew across a jury-rigged control panel. Kira sat beside him, her small hand resting on his arm, somehow calm despite the chaos erupting around them. Security teams rushed through corridors, weapons hot, responding to the proximity alarms, screaming warnings of Xylari infiltration. Dad? Kira said quietly. Yeah, sweetheart. I can feel them. The Xylari soldiers. They're scared. Owen paused, looking at his daughter. Her eyes were distant, unfocused. The bioluminescent patterns on her skin pulsed in rhythms he'd never seen before. What do you mean you can feel them? Mom said I could do this if I tried. She said Xylari can share feelings with each other, like talking, but with emotions instead of words. Kira's face scrunched in concentration. The soldiers don't want to hurt anyone. They're just following orders. They think they're saving me. Can you talk to them? I don't know. Maybe? Kira closed her eyes. Mom used to practice with me sometimes, before she got sick. She said I was really good at it. Owen made a decision. Tell them you're safe here. Kira nodded. Her breathing slowed, deepened. The patterns on her skin began to glow brighter. In the corridor 3 levels down, the Xylari extraction team leader suddenly stopped. His name was Tevron, and he was a soldier who'd served the matriarchy for 40 cycles. He'd never questioned an order in his life, but now a presence bloomed in his mind. Young, frightened, determined. Please don't take me. I'm happy here. I love my dad. Please. It was the child, the hybrid. Her telepathic signal was raw, untrained, but staggeringly powerful. She shouldn't be able to reach him from this distance, shouldn't be able to project with this clarity. But she was doing it anyway. Tevron's team felt it too. He saw them hesitate, their weapons lowering slightly. The child's emotions washed over them. Fear, yes, but also love, security, belonging. Things every Xylari understood and valued. Sir? One of his soldiers looked at him, uncertain. She's just a child. She doesn't want to come with us. Our orders are clear, Tevron said, but his voice lacked conviction. Please, I'll come visit the Xylari someday if that's what the matriarch wants. But let me grow up with my dad first. Let me choose when I'm ready. Tevron had children of his own. 2 daughters, back on the homeworld. He joined this mission because he believed in saving his species. But standing here, feeling this child's terror and desperate love, he wondered if salvation earned through stolen children was salvation at all. He made a choice that would probably end his career. Fall back. We're aborting the mission. Sir, that's an order. We're not taking a terrified child from her father. Not like this. On the Xylari flagship, Sev'kareth's eyes widened as reports flooded in. The extraction team is retreating. Tevron, report. What is happening? Tevron's voice came through, steady despite the career suicide he was committing. Matriarch, the child is telepathically capable beyond any hybrid we've encountered. She reached out to us. She is frightened and does not wish to come. I cannot in good conscience complete this mission. Sev'kareth's luminescence flared with rage. You dare countermand my direct order? I dare to remember what we're supposed to be, Tevron said quietly. We are Xylari. We value wisdom, harmony, choice. Taking a child who begs us not to take her violates everything we claim to believe. Silence stretched across the comm channel. Sev'kareth's 3 eyes closed briefly. When they opened, something had changed in them. Return to the ship. She turned to Maya, who'd been listening to the entire exchange. Your child is more capable than I anticipated. She's not my child, but she's incredible, isn't she? Maya said. That's what Velana gave you, Sev'kareth. Not just a hybrid, a bridge. Someone who can understand both species from the inside out. But only if she's allowed to develop naturally, without pressure or coercion. Pretty words. They do not save my people. Maybe they do, Maya said. Just not the way you expected. Before Sev'kareth could respond, alarms began blaring throughout the ship. Medical alarms. The matriarch stumbled, her luminescence flickering erratically. Maya rushed forward as Sev'kareth collapsed. What's wrong with her? Maya demanded as Xylari medical staff rushed in. The matriarch is ill, one of them said, their voice tight with fear. She has been for some time. The genetic degradation affecting all Xylari has progressed rapidly in her. She has perhaps days remaining. Maya looked down at Sev'kareth, understanding flooding through her. That's why you're so desperate. It's not just about your species. It's personal. Sev'kareth's eyes opened, unfocused. I will not live to see my people saved, but I hoped to see the beginning of salvation. The child is that beginning. An idea struck Maya, crazy and dangerous and maybe brilliant. What if Kira came here voluntarily, not as a prisoner, as a helper? She would never agree. She might, Maya said, if you ask instead of demanded. 20 minutes later, Owen and Kira materialized aboard the Xylari flagship via emergency transport. Owen's hand was on his weapon, his eyes scanning for threats. Kira stood beside him, small but steady. You said the matriarch is dying? Kira asked Maya. Yes. The same genetic issues affecting all Xylari have progressed in her. Their doctors can't stop it. Kira walked forward, approaching where Sev'kareth lay on a medical platform. The matriarch's skin had lost most of its luminescence. She looked ancient and fragile. "You wanted to take me away from my dad," Kira said. Sev'kareth's eyes focused on the child. "Yes, that was mean." "Yes," Sev'kareth agreed. "It was. I am sorry." Kira studied her for a long moment. "My mom told me about you. She said you're very smart and very proud. She said you love your people more than anything." She was right. She also said that sometimes the proudest people forget to ask for help. They just take. Kira reached out, her small hand hovering over Sev'kareth. "I can feel what's wrong with you. It's like your cells are confused. They forgot how to copy themselves right." The Xylari medical staff exchanged shocked looks. "The child can sense cellular degeneration through telepathic contact?" "I think so," Kira said. "Can I try to help?" "Kira, no," Owen started, but Maya put a hand on his arm. "Let her choose," Maya said quietly. Kira looked back at her father. "I want to help, not because I have to, because I want to. Is that okay?" Owen's throat worked. "If it's what you want, sweetheart, I'm right here." Kira placed her hand on Sev'kareth's. Her eyes closed. The bioluminescent patterns on her skin flared brilliant blue, then shifted to patterns nobody had seen before, swirling combinations of Xylari and something entirely new. Energy flowed between them. The Xylari medical staff watched their instruments with growing amazement. "Impossible," one breathed. "The degradation is slowing, reversing. How is she doing this?" "She's not Xylari," another said, "and she's not human. She's both. Her hybrid cells have adaptive capabilities neither species possesses alone." Minutes passed. Kira's face showed strain, but she didn't let go. Finally, she pulled back, breathing hard. Owen caught her as she swayed. "I did what I could," Kira said. "It's not fixed all the way, but it's better." Sev'kareth sat up slowly. Color had returned to her skin. Her luminescence pulsed steady and strong. "Child, what you just did, our greatest doctors could not accomplish what you just did in moments. I am a bridge," Kira said, repeating Maya's words without knowing it. "That's what Mom said. I can help both sides understand each other, but only if I get to be me. Not just Xylari, not just human, me." Sev'kareth looked at this child, this impossible, beautiful child, and felt something shift in her ancient heart. "Your mother was wiser than I gave her credit for. So you'll let me stay with my dad?" "I will do more than that." Sev'kareth stood, addressing Maya and Owen. "I propose a treaty. Kira remains with her father until she reaches maturity by human standards. During this time, she will serve as a cultural ambassador. If she chooses, she may visit Xylari space, learn our ways, help us understand what makes her unique. But always, always, the choice is hers." "And in exchange?" Maya asked. "In exchange, humanity gains full alliance with the Xylari collective, technology sharing, mutual defense, access to resources beyond your current reach." Sev'kareth's three eyes fixed on Kira. "And perhaps if this child is willing, she can teach us how to heal ourselves. Not by taking, but by learning. By cooperation." Owen looked at Maya, then at Kira. "What do you think, sweetheart?" Kira smiled, the bioluminescent patterns on her skin forming shapes that looked almost like flowers. "I think I'd like to help, but I want to come home for my birthday, and for school, and for movie nights with Dad." "Then that is what will happen," Sev'kareth said. "You have my word." Maya felt tension she'd been carrying for hours finally release. "Then we have an agreement." 3 months later, Maya stood on Unity Station's observation deck, watching a Xylari science vessel prepare to depart. Kira was aboard, heading for a 2-week visit to the Xylari homeworld with Owen accompanying her. It was the third such visit, and each time the girl came back bubbling with stories and new knowledge. More importantly, each visit resulted in breakthroughs. Xylari scientists working with human geneticists, guided by Kira's unique insights, had already made progress toward understanding the hybrid's success. The first trial therapies were showing promise in halting the Xylari genetic decline. "She's something special," Marcus said, standing beside Maya. "She's a kid who gotta choose her own path," Maya replied. "That's what makes it special," her comm chimed. Sev'kareth's face appeared, the matriarch calling from the Xylari homeworld. "Council Leader Torres, I wanted to inform you that the first round of treatments based on Kira's genetic profile has been approved for broader trials. Our projections suggest we may see birth rate stabilization within a decade." "That's wonderful news. It would not have been possible without your stubbornness," Sev'kareth said. And Maya thought she detected the faint hint of humor in the matriarch's tone. "You taught me that strength is not always about taking what you want. Sometimes it is about respecting what others choose to give. Kira taught you that. I just refuse to get out of the way, perhaps. Tell me, how goes the integration of Xylari shield technology into your defense grid?" Maya smiled. "Owen says we'll have it fully operational in 6 months. He's very excited about it." "Good. The galaxy is large and not always kind. Allies must be able to defend themselves." Sev'kareth paused. "I never thought I would call humans friends. We Xylari are proud, as Valana noted. We believed ourselves above such things, but I find I value this friendship more than I expected." "So do we," Maya said. "Safe travels, Matriarch." The connection closed. Maya watched the Xylari ship slip into faster than light, taking Kira toward new adventures. The girl would be back in 2 weeks, full of stories, already looking forward to her next visit while simultaneously missing her Earth home. Marcus cleared his throat. "You know this is going to change everything, right? A successful human-alien alliance, based on genuine cooperation rather than just treaties of convenience. Other species are already watching. Let them watch," Maya said. "Maybe they'll learn what we learned. That the future belongs to those who choose cooperation over conquest, understanding over demands, and that sometimes the smallest voice, a child saying, 'I want to stay with my dad,' can change the course of civilizations." She touched the window, looking out at the stars. Somewhere out there, Kira was learning Xylari meditation techniques and teaching her hosts about human art. She was becoming exactly what Valana had hoped. Not Xylari or human, but something new, something better. A bridge between worlds, built not through force or coercion, but through the simple, revolutionary act of letting someone choose their own destiny. And in choosing, she had saved 2 civilizations from the brink of war, and shown them a path forward neither could have found. The stars seemed brighter tonight, full of possibility.